And hello people of the internet and other various sources. Today we're going to be talking about the two tank lines that you can go down to get the T-29, which is the tank we're going to be shooting for today. Now you can go down the T1 Heavy line or the M4 line. Now the T1 Heavy line has more armor and the M4 line is faster with less armor. If you're skilled, I recommend going down the M4 line. If you're not skilled, I recommend going down the T1 Heavy line. Now let's show some gameplay. And we are back in the T-29 to show you some gameplay of what's going on. Now in this game, I believe I was top tier, I don't remember, but this game I did very well. Now, the T-29, let me explain this tank. Massive turret armor, decent front armor. The thing about the front armor though, is that nothing's gonna really pen through it, except that it has two driver hatches which are very easy to pen through, and the lower glacier is very easy to pen through, so you need to hide those. Now right here is where the T-29 excels, on hills looking down on the enemy because of the great gun depression that this tank has. It can look down very, 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 very far. Now this is a very good thing. As you can see, none of them can penetrate through my turret because of how thick and angled it is. Now you don't really need to worry about anything penning your turret in tier 7 games. In tier 8 games, maybe a little. Some of them can pin your turret. And tier 9 games, you just need to everything's gonna go through your turret. The T-29 doesn't do very well in tier 9 games, but it can survive. Now that is a good thing. Now the T-29 has a commander's hatch on top of its turret, just like every single tank in the game does. I don't think there's a single tank that has a turret that does not have a commander's hatch on it. Now, this is good, and it's also bad. The T-29 is an amazing tank, but that turret that it has is like iron, pure iron. Nothing's gonna go through it except for high tier guns, artillery, and things that can shoot accuracy. And the commander's hatch, as you can see right now, it's very hard to hit if you're at a certain angle, but if you are in a tier 7 game, not many things can pen through it because it's weird, because there's only a few millimeters that can be penned through it. And so that's pretty interesting how the commander's hatch works. But the speed that this tank goes it's decent. You'll do around 30 to 35. Now the equipment that I have on is a gun rammer, vents to make my crew 5% better, and torsion bars, because torsion bars make it to where you're you don't get tracked as easily, and you don't take as much damage from ramming. Now speaking of ramming, this tank is 72. I don't know, I think it's 62 or 72, it's one of those. I'll research it later to update, but it is 72 tons. That means that it's the heaviest tier 7 heavy. Now that means that you can ram any vehicle, you'll take very little damage. Unfortunately, they will take a lot of damage, and you'll usually kill them. Now this is very, very good because of this long reload that this gun has. I believe it is 9 seconds, so we're about to see in the gameplay. It's 8.42, I believe it just said there. But yes, that is a pretty long reload, so sometimes you may need to ram. Now the accuracy of this gun is pretty bad. It's good enough to where you can shoot at long range, but it's nothing like the Tiger's 88. So yeah, stay updated with that. So as you can see, I am shooting at a Churchill. Now, if you watch for the entire gameplay, I haven't really been taking damage. I've been taking damage, but very little. I've been taking a lot of bouncing, and yeah, that's what this tank is for. Sorry, I have the hiccups. It bounces a lot, and when it does get shot, it doesn't do very much damage to the tank because of how thick the armor is. Now, as you can see, the tank has very, very little HP points. It has around 1,000. I can't read there. It has around 1,000, which is very poor, but it has very high damage resistance. So yes, if you are new to World of Tanks or just looking for a world tank, if you're new to World of Tanks or just looking for a good tank, I strongly recommend using the T-29. Now the grind there is very hard because the tanks to get there pretty bad until you get to tier 5 and tier 6. But yes, I strongly recommend picking up this tank. It's very good, and goodbye.